Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome to June. This is your June forecast for twin flames and those along the ascension journey. This month I'm going to break it up a little different because we have the new moon that falls on June 3rd, so close to the beginning of the month. I've decided to do two channeled messages, one for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine, for like the new moon and overall June energy. And this will be kind of an overall collective energy pull in terms of the cards. So watch those other videos. They're just like audio. You can listen to them in the car or when you're falling asleep or whatever. I'll post these along with this video. If you guys want my extended forecast, or if you are not privy to that, every month I send out a monthly forecast that has the extended written overarching themes, channel messages, and if you don't already receive that, you can sign up on my website, spiritualmaterialgirl.com. Scroll to the bottom, enter your email address, or if you miss it, then I always repost it on the Facebook page. Okay, so it's posted through a link on the Facebook page. So while I'm shuffling, let's talk a little bit about the themes. And I will just remind you guys, retreat, I'm taking the reservations now. It's going to fill up, so it's only $200 deposit. It's super affordable. I hope you guys can come. We're taking reservations now, holding the spots. It's starting to fill up, so don't miss your opportunity to gather with your tribe. I'm so looking forward to being with all of you in the fall. So check that out on the website. You can book sessions with me. I've opened back up the regression sessions. I had to block it off because May was just so busy with regressions, and I needed to kind of regroup my energy as well around that. So June, I'll reopen that up. And what else can I tell you? Meditation packs are still available to you. Cord cutting and 5D meditation tool, $11.11. You can purchase it right on the website, and we'll email you the files. And I think that's it. So overarching themes for the month are, the way I've termed it for the feminine and masculine is, feminine, are you ready? Are you ready? And masculine's going, I'm ready. So these mean different things in context to each of the feminine and masculine, and in some ways they do also go together. So you have to listen to those individual channeled messages to get the full context. So I feel like there's a lot of we're open to receive. There's a lot of unexpected surprises coming in for us starting right now. And it's very positive. This is a turn for a really bright period in which life is kind of falling into place for a lot of people, especially those who have really been doing the work and navigating the journey and doing the deeper work and doing the purging and working on connecting to your divinity and aligning with yourself. You're going to see that June, July, and August really bring these shifts in which puzzle pieces fall into place, in which clarity comes, in which the new life really gels at this point and the new landscape is forming. And these are more permanent changes. That's the thing about what's up until this point, we've been shifting and making the changes, and these are changes that are going to stick into place for our future. I'm not saying that we won't ever have change again, because obviously change is a part of life, but I do feel like we're moving towards setting up long-term visions, long-term goals, long-term mission work, long-term home assignments, long-term family commitments, long-term. So it looks like marriage, family, home. We're moving towards that 10 of Cups energy. So, yeah. So that's essentially what's being set up. So they're saying be open to setting your intentions in a more general way for what you want, and just be open to the unexpected showing up, because you will have surprises throughout the next few months, and they're positive. It's not going to go exactly the way you had been thinking of it, because new timelines are coming in. So the context is changing. Context is changing with your twin flame. The context is changing with the way, maybe timelines that you had for leaving your job, or things are speeding up, and manifestation is super, super rapid. But the only thing that's going to muck this up or block it is just you. Are you resisting something? Are you hanging on to the past? That's why April and May were so heavy with purging, and there was that sadness and that grieving. We're moving out of that now. This is time to like, where we're coming into action, where we're going to get it going. Where as we get going, it's almost like we're kickstarting our engines. And as we're kickstarting our engines, like all this stuff is like just, we're going on a little ride here, like kickstart the engine, we're going on a little ride, and then like, oh, this thing comes in, and oh, that tree over there, and look at that thing over there, and oh, I want to stop over here, and oh, let's go meet that person here. And it's like that. It's like where everything just comes into focus for us. New things, new people are coming in for us, new opportunities. Be open to receiving that. Especially the feminine, because I feel like the masculine's pulling back a little bit at this time just to do his work with himself. Feminine, you're out there more making things happen, and I feel like you have an even greater opportunity at this time to capitalize on the synchronistic meetings and all the synchronicities. So let's just see what the cards have to say for us. Let's flip the deck here. Okay. So we have the Magician coming out in reverse. So this is saying, this is your manifestation power. This is saying like, whatever it is you desire, you can call it in now so quickly. The only thing that is standing in your way is you. This is about like thought, form, thought, form, thought, form. And it's almost showing me like, because you've spent some time developing, you've put things in your vortex, like as Abraham Hicks would say, you've already put the things that you desire in your vortex. And at this time, we're being asked to just really ask generally what we want. Like I'm wishing for love to come into my life, or I'm wishing, you know, I really want to work on this creative project. I feel creativity heightened. I also feel like there's the no lag time. The lag time, especially for the feminine, is being taken out. And I said that in my Divine Feminine forecast. It's almost like thought, form. And you guys are already seeing that, and I know it, because you're seeing, like, I'll get a random email from someone, and they'll tell me about their dream. And their dream will be like, I was in India in my dream. And then the next thing I'll see a song on the radio that's, the title is India something. It's like that quick. It could have nothing really to do with you. Every single thing is like, the synchronicities are that fast. Like you see something, then you see it in material form. And there's confirmations coming through, but there's also like for the bigger things, there's the ability to pull it in really, really quickly. And part of the reason why we're reducing that lag time, what I talk about in the Divine Feminine video, is just like we're getting rid of the resistance within us, which is the fear, and connecting with our true power. And remember how powerful you are, I feel like is the message. With everyone, anything is possible, and anything you think right now can happen, and is going to happen at the beginning of June. So watch your thoughts too, because if you're thinking fear-based thoughts, watch how quickly those manifest as well. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to be pulling in the fears. Get real clear about what those fears are. Try to get on the up and up with your happy thoughts, the hopefulness. Start imagining like what it feels impossible. Start imagining it actually happening, because it will happen. I'm not even kidding you. This is a crazy, we've never seen manifestation this rapid. I will tell you that. Not myself, not anyone along this journey. We won't have seen it this rapid until right now. It's not to say it won't be more rapid in the future, but right now, we're going to be at a peak with this. Everything's speeding up. So trust in it, get clear, and feed the high vibrational thoughts. Feed that, because those, I told you, it's going to go thought form, thought material. It's going to go ethereal, physical, and it's going to go that quick, shooting from the sky and out into physical form, shooting from the holographic universe, or however you refer to it, into pulling it into physical form, crystallizing it. This is about us crystallizing that new landscape. So it is a dance. It's a dance of co-creation. And some of this stuff is just the intention, general intention of what you want, because things are going to show up unexpectedly in different ways. Trust that it's going to show up differently. But not in a bad way, not in like a, oh, well, that's not how I expected it. You know, you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't expect that to happen. It's going to be more like that, okay? Beyond your wildest imagination, beyond what you thought was possible, beyond that. So if you're sitting here thinking about limitations and fears, you're going to block it. Don't block it. Okay, so this is the Hermit. We keep seeing the Hermit. I feel like this is more the masculine energy. And this might be saying feminine, pull back to get clear about what your intentions are, and to maybe, you know, those of you who need help working out those remaining fears and that residual, anything that's blocking you, come to me for soul coaching, come for regressions or whatever it is that you think you need. Masculine's going into a time, and I say this into my divine masculine reading, where he is sitting still, where he is contemplating, where he is with himself for the first time. And this is it's not necessarily that he's hermiting like behind closed doors, but he's sitting with himself in a space. And I say much more about this in the divine masculine forecast, so check that out. But I'll just say for now, this is about really allowing the truth of our soul to come in. And I think for both feminine and masculine, it's about hearing that truth. And in order to do that, we got to pull back a little bit. We got to pull back and listen. This is about not like pulling back and being a recluse and hermiting. It's more about just like pulling back to really hear the truth of our soul. I keep getting the vision of the masculine laying on the ground and looking up at the sky, or sitting in stillness, like doing yoga or meditation. And for the feminine, I feel like it's not much different. I feel like you're getting these downloads in your stillness, in your alone time. So really listen to that. Take the time that you need to yourself so you can hear this truth. It's going to be really important in setting up what we're manifesting. Especially when things start to show up, we're going to know if it matches our truth or not. We're going to know quickly what our truth is. I feel like there's much fewer detours happening now. Lessons and karma have been tied up, so there's going to be fewer detours, the discernment's going to be much better starting in June in terms of like your life decisions and how you make decisions for yourself. So kudos to you guys for doing all the work. And there we're getting the Empress card in reverse. So this is that divine feminine energy. So, you're still working on this, but this is about getting rooted. In the divine feminine video, I remind the feminine to reconnect with the divine and divine feminine. Now this is kind of what this is saying, but I feel like both the feminine and the masculine are hearing their truth, trusting it, moving forward, and more self-assuredness. And it's so different. Like before, the masculine was moving forward with like an egoic drive, with the ego contriving things, with like the programming leading him, or his ego leading him. And the feminine was moving forward through her wounds and fears and being out of her power. And now it's different. Now that's changing. And as it changes, this landscape comes into focus. But June is still about you as individuals. Even though there's this truth coming in and divine partners are coming in and union for many is on the horizon, this is still about you coming all the way into your power and your truth, both of you. Okay, and I speak to each one, like I said, in those separate forecasts, but that'll just kind of give you an overall, this is just to kind of give you an overall perspective. Cards flying. A good bunch pop out. Let's just give it another shuffle. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is, I feel like it's the masculine getting that, that establishment. And it's kind of like the feminine and masculine. And this is also about, it's the grounding into the physical world in a new way. It's allowing our masculine to be balanced with our feminine energy, with this sort of creation energy. And it's about how we anchor things into life, into physical form, and feeling like, wow, we're doing a great job. Wow. Like they're saying, like, give yourself some pats on the back for all the great work that you're doing. And as you start to see things crystallize in your physical world, keep going. This is like saying have faith in yourself and have faith in the process of thought form. And then recognize what you're doing. I said to someone this week in a reading, I said, manifestation is like a little game. You can have, you can look at it like a little game. And they said, well, I don't want to play a game with the universe. And I said, you're not playing a game with the universe. You're playing an experimentation game with your higher self. And all it is basically you've been out of practice or disconnected with your higher self. And what you're doing is you're experimenting, hooking back up and seeing how the universe meets you when you get hooked up. So you're not playing around with the universe. The universe is responding to you as you get aligned with your higher self, as you hear the truth and you believe in yourself and you clear out the fear. Boom, boom. Universe responds with the manifestation. This isn't a game. That the universe isn't testing you. The universe is responding to your connection with your higher self. Or it's responding to your non-connection to your higher self, your fear-based connection. You decide. Do you want it to be that clear connection moving towards your truth, pulling in those higher timelines, pulling in the higher 5D stuff? Or do you want the universe to respond to your fear? Because that's how it works. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, okay? Okay, so this is like, I don't know if it came up for you, but it came up for me during the Scorpio full moon. But this is that feeling of competition. This is what I'm saying in my Divine Feminine forecast as well, that saying we have been clearing out the insecurity. This feeling of like competing with the karmic's third party, with the twin flames karmic or third party, with the competing with other people, the healing the deep insecurities. This is a transformation. We're still healing the remnants of this. I feel like there's still this, both parties, both feminine and masculine, feel unsure. Like, would she have me? Would he have me still? Would is there someone else in the picture? There's this wondering about that. There's still the remnants of those insecurities, but I feel that in this month, we are going to heal this and we're going to come into this sort of energy, which is the self-assuredness. Okay, this groundedness, the self-assuredness, and this is where we are hooking back up to our solar plexus, to our confidence center, and this is where the magic starts to happen, and I'm not kidding you when I've been telling you that magic is on the horizon. So you notice a lot of these cards are coming up in reverse. It's because we're just like, I feel like we're just a click out of place where there's just that little bit of fine tuning that we need to do to really maximize this energy, to really get in our power. Okay. What types of insecurities coming up? I mean, stuff that roots back to childhood, sibling rivalry, just childhood stuff in which we didn't feel good enough. And it's coming into our relationships, filtering in. And here it's like this. This is what they're saying. It's like that the strands of whatever's left of that is the only thing that's holding us back. Okay? Keeping us attached to our former self, I feel like our detached self. The piece of ourselves that would go attached to others because we're seeking the approval. And this is about getting totally grounded on your own and self-assured and walking forth with that confidence. Okay? Some of you are walking away from karmic relationships during the eclipse season, and it's going to feel really good and freeing. Some of the masculines are leaving karmic relationships in June, and I feel more of the feminine starting to make breaks with karmic situations, work or marriages or whatever that is in July. So June, July is a big also leaving point, I think. For the masculine, it feels like he's skipping along. And I say that in the masculine forecast. It's not hard for him to break from something that's not working at this time. It's almost going to be easy. For the feminine, she's letting go of that sense of obligation. She's letting go of that sense of responsibility in order to do that. I feel bad. I feel bad for him. What's he going to do without me? You know, it's that thing that's being cleared. And I'm seeing it over and over and over and over again with my clients. I'm getting the downloads. I'm seeing it very clearly. Feminine's going through that on all levels, whether it's a karmic husband or a karmic like work relationship. What are they going to do without me? I feel like indebted to this job or this person, this boss. And I feel like that's being healed. Whereas masculine's having an easier time just leaving what's not in his truth anymore. Feel like he's hop skipping along. I feel like he's just kind of like, I don't care. I'm listening to me. I'm listening to those deeper messages, and this just doesn't feel right. And he's able to glide. He's just gliding. Okay. So we have, and these are all coming up in reverse. So the Temperance card, which is that balance that we have been working on, and especially working on that balance between the 5D, the 3D, the knowing our truth, the hearing our truth, and then the physicalizing it, taking action towards it. Balancing our groundedness with our spirituality. It's a lot of what we're doing. This is also balancing the feminine masculine energies. This is moving forth in a new way. And it's also, you know, dipping our foot in the water in like a testing out the waters of maybe something new. You know, some of you who've been in separation, you might date, or you might open up to the idea of someone new coming in. This might be just testing out the waters of just a new way of being or walking through the world. But this is definitely finding balance. It's finding balance between our emotions and our groundedness, between our spirituality and our earthliness. And there's a lot of that going on that we're working on. This is a work in progress. We're still working on it through this month. This is about putting down the burden. It's that sense of responsibility I was talking about. This is about the final straw playing out in karmic relationships, some karmic relationships. And this is about truly turning all the way into yourself energetically. I feel like with twins, this is also about a chapter closing. This is about some closure coming through for you, either at an energetic, spiritual level or in a physical sense. You might have contact with a twin to close one chapter, and it feels like there's a discussion either at a spiritual or energetic level or a physical discussion about what has happened in the past. And that might be coming through. Again, watch the DMDF messages so you can get more clarity on what I say about that. This is putting down the burden of responsibility to others and going all the way into yourself. And that's what's going to help us find the balance and allow the new timelines to really crystallize and come in for us. Because like I said, if we're holding on to past grievances, even with the twin, it's going to be hard for the twin to show up in a new way. And I do feel that happening, but there might be this need for some sort of a spiritual or physical type closure or talking about what's happened in the past. I feel that. I feel it. Feel it for many of you. And here we have that. See, we're going from, this is like putting down the burden, you know, and then finding the balance and then coming all the way into ourselves, right? This is that coming all the way into ourselves. Before we can have that 10 of Cups, that union, we're going to feel the fulfillment within ourselves. This is walking away from what no longer serves us, the end of karmic cycles, putting down the burden. It's letting go of the past as it's happened so we can find the fulfillment from within. This feels like a new emotional beginning with yourself that's really starting to gel. Like you're, you know, like things are popping, things are spawning, things are happening that are filling up your cups. And this is really positive because you're also, it's a validation or reinforcement of when I leave what no longer serves me behind, I find that happiness and peace from within myself. Okay. And not only that, but the universe rises up to meet me, to show me, I got you. supporting you when you follow your truth. Okay. And this is things moving forward. This is, this is about some decisions being made and things moving forward. This is forward moving energy. This is decisiveness. This is clarity. This is discernment. This is both feminine and masculine moving forward. And, this is the 7, the Chariot. And I feel like this makes a lot of sense for the eclipse energy as we move into July. And things are definitely, you're going to see more forward momentum over the next few months than you've seen in the past few years, in terms of things speeding up. So let's see, bottom of this deck. This is where we're taking off the blinders, where we're not blocking ourselves. They're saying you got to get out of your own way, and you really want to capitalize on this new moon energy. Get out of your own way. See the truth. Hear the truth, right? And for the feminine, it's really clear, like, be open to receiving this. We can't be open to receiving like this or with our blinders on. Oh, don't show me, I'm afraid, or I'm blocking it. This is about being open to receiving because stuff is showing up. Are you ready? I feel like that's what they're saying. Let's pull some cards from, they were showing me the Ascended Masters deck while I was pulling cards. Okay. So let's pull some from the Ascended Masters deck for clarifiers on just this overall energy. I'm not going to go longer than 30 minutes on here, so that way you guys will have time to listen to the feminine masculine videos. The feminine's like 20-something minutes, and the masculine's like 16 minutes, so it won't take you that long to watch all these videos. All right, so they're saying write. And many of you are not writing enough. Like, recently I started writing to a friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine, and it's been highly therapeutic because she's allowing me a sounding board and a space to share what sort of I haven't been sharing with even, I don't know. It's not something that I would sit down and probably journal myself. So she's giving me that sort of outlet, the sounding board. If you don't have that within a friendship, see if you can sit down and write letters to yourself or write letters to your twin, or this is a really good time to be like writing out the stuff that's kind of caught in there. The more we do it, the easier it is. The more we release, the more we're coming in touch with our true feelings and our truth. And that'll get rid of any like denial anywhere we've had these sort of, proverbial blinders on as well. So, and also this is, I'm writing a manuscript. You guys know, some of you are writing, books and plays and whatever it is that you're working on, children's books. And, I know a lot of you are writers. So, this is also about your creative writing and moving forward with that now and like unblocking things so that you can pull some of your creative projects into life as well. This is a time to be writing. Getting past those blocks. That's why it's coming up in reverse. Like we're a little block. There's some writer's block. We've lost our words in some way, and we need to get back to those words, especially the heart-centered words, the words that come from the heart space, the passion. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay. So let it go. So they're saying, I feel like this is let this go. Let this go. Let the things go that are going to keep you from all these great new changes. There's changes. They're positive. There's no tower moments. We don't see the tower. We don't see that anymore. The only thing holding us back is our attachment to the past, our attachments to things, our non-belief, right? Our resistance, our fears. There's no tower moments. There's only clearing the space. There's only allowing it to come in. There's only being ready to receive. So what do you need to let go of to clear that space, to be open to receiving? And Kuan Yin's all about connecting to our divine feminine energy. So, that's goes in tandem with this. And one more advice card for us. for the collective. So they're saying retreat to nature, and it's the green man. This is our creativity. Whenever we see the green man, this is creativity. This is what I just say, express from your heart space. This is, where have I been doing my channelings? Out in nature, right? These 2 videos that I'm posting now, I channeled them in nature again. I posted that channel video in May from my hike, and it's coming through, and all sorts of signs and synchronicities are happening in nature. The inspirations are coming through. Put yourself in more green spaces if you can. And this is also about just the creativity of your heart, the heart chakra, the speaking from your heart, the expressing from your heart, the moving from your heart. Because we're more in our solar plexus and centered energy, getting grounded in that, we're able to move from our heart now because we've already come into our power. So our heart can lead us. This is huge. This is a huge shift. This is why more truth is coming forth for the masculine and feminine. I'm going to pull one more deck. We'll do Wisdom of the Oracle. Just one card from here. One overall message that we need to take with us. Building blocks. So this is the new foundation. This is the new life. This is the new landscape. This is us building it. But I don't feel like it's heavy lifting. And I don't feel like it's brick by brick. Heavy lifting. Oh, I'll see it in time. This is like you've already been laying the foundation. Now watch it start to form. Watch everything build upon it. Watch the trees sprout. Watch the building erect. Watch it all kind of just go into place. Well, it reminds me of like, ever see those 3D animations when you see like building plans, or when you see like, I don't know where you might have seen it, but like I know I've seen them where they're like 3D animations of maybe on HGTV or something when they're showing the design of a house, and it's like one by one, each little piece fills in. That's what's happening, but it's happening like super quick, like as quickly as you see it in those animations is kind of happening over the next 3 months. So watch the forecasts for the new moon, divine feminine, divine masculine. I love you guys. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Namaste, and I hope that you have a lovely start to your June. Mwah. Love you. Bye.